Along the roads of the gods, official science does not want to see traces of ancient civilizations. Myths and legends from various cultures speak of a golden age of humanity, detailing a global catastrophe known as the War of the Gods, which obliterated the grand civilization of gods and demigods. We're talking especially about, for example, ancient Greek demigods and legends. Additionally, remnants of this pre-flood civilization are scattered across the globe in the form of massive structures, pyramids, temples, bas-reliefs, and more, which are considered impossible to construct even with today's technology. The conventional narrative of history often focuses solely on primitive societies in the Stone Age. This classical academic view imposes a sequence from primitive darkness and ignorance to ancient Egypt, the ancient East, ancient China and India, ancient Greece, ancient Rome, followed by barbarians, primarily Germans and Gauls, then barbarian kingdoms, the European Middle Ages, and finally modern times. History is often said to be written by the victors, and the prevailing historical narrative of humanity has been shaped to serve the interests of Western powers, where Romano-Germanic and biblical classical schools originated. However, as time progresses, an increasing amount of information emerges that challenges the classical version of history. With the advent of the information age, it's become increasingly difficult to suppress or discredit the few tenacious researchers who explore areas deemed off limits by the traditional narrative. Traces of an ancient civilization. In Indonesia, a pyramid has been discovered that could be 25,000 years old. At the time, according to the traditional view, it was the Stone Age and people lived in caves, lacking the ability to construct such complex structures. The Gunung Padang Pyramid, also known as the Mountain of Enlightenment, situated atop an ancient volcano in West Java, Indonesia, might be the oldest pyramid in the world. This finding was published in the journal Archaeological Prospection. Using techniques like electrotomography, seismic tomography, and ground-penetrating radar, archaeologists have studied the pyramid structure. They determined that the pyramid was constructed over many thousands of years and that it may contain hollow chambers within. The study illuminates the presence of sophisticated construction technologies during the last ice age, prior to the advent of agriculture, states the authors. Simultaneously, numerous megalithic structures exist in Indonesia and across the Pacific Ocean. The technology used to create these megaliths is remarkable. Ancient builders had the knowledge to construct with blocks weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. They carved marble and granite effortlessly and crafted incredibly complex patterns on the megaliths. Nevertheless, there are claims that a global mafia intent on obscuring true history was quickly perturbed by these findings. It was as if there was an assault on established historical narratives. According to mainstream academia, people of that era were simple hunter-gatherers wielding clubs and digging sticks. Amidst the ensuing controversy, the publication detailing the Indonesian pyramid was retracted. The mystery of Antarctica and the Egyptian Sphinx. Mainstream science remains largely silent on early medieval maps, such as the map of Admiral Piri Reis. This world map, created in 1513 in Constantinople, today's Istanbul, Turkey, by the Turkish admiral and cartography enthusiast Piri Reis, depicts the Americas before their official discovery, and Antarctica, which was not discovered until the 19th century and is shown without ice. Antarctica first appeared on medieval maps before its actual discovery, suggesting the continent may still hold secrets. Notably, both British and Nazi expeditions have explored there, with the Nazis in the 1930s and early 1940s seeking evidence of an ancient god's civilization. Similarly, the Egyptian Sphinx shows signs of rain erosion, suggesting a history much older than currently acknowledged. Most of the Sphinx has undergone modern restorations, obscuring these signs. Additionally, there is evidence that the Sphinx and the pyramids were once submerged, indicating a significant catastrophe, possibly the biblical flood. In 1990, Boston University geologist Professor Robert Schoch examined the statue and concluded that the erosion patterns on the Sphinx were caused by extensive rainfall over centuries, suggesting it predates the pharaohs by millennia, possibly dating back to 10 to 11,000 years BC. However, the Sphinx was later restored, potentially to prevent further speculation. The traditional view holds that the Sphinx and the pyramids were constructed by manual labor at the command of the pharaohs, with any alternative theories often dismissed. In Egypt, the removal and forgery of authentic historical evidence have been ongoing practices. The French and British have been implicated in these actions. Currently, any findings that contradict the official narratives are quickly concealed or classified. The Volga, Siberia, and the Amazon are believed to hold the secrets of humanity's true history. Mainstream science often overlooks evidence of ancient civilizations in the snow, forest, and the jungle. In the Amazon jungle, the discovery of numerous lost cities linked by a vast network of roads has been facilitated by modern technology. Scientists from the National Center for Scientific Research of France, CNRS, made the discovery using LiDAR, that's light detection and ranging technology. This technology operates similarly to an echo sounder but uses a laser beam. It measures the distance to the ground, with trees not posing an obstacle. Subsequently, a 3D model of the terrain is created from the data. This particular study was conducted in Ecuador. Academic scientists largely ignore these findings. Their theory suggests that such evidence should not exist, yet it does exist, and one can physically visit and touch these sites. However, for some reason, these places remain unexplored and unstudied. The lost cities in the Amazon jungle have long been a subject of fascination. Indeed, until recently, they were considered the stuff of legend, akin to El Dorado. This is by Solask. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.